Welcome to the latest and greatest edition of Better Together Arizona. I am your host, Angela Hughey, the co-founder and president of One Community. Very happy to have Tom Collins with Arizona Clean Elections with me today. How are you, Tom?
I'm good. How are you?
Our vision for creating the Royale was to create a space for the LGBTQ plus community and ally community. It's important to vote so that everybody has a seat at the table. Visit yourvoteisyourvoice.com and make sure that you're registered to vote today.
I'm good. Today we're going to talk about Proposition 139, and this is the Arizona Abortion Access Act.
Yes.
Tell us what this is all about.
Sure. So this is a constitutional amendment to the state constitution that will make constitutional a right to abortion in the state of Arizona. It also sets forth, the standards for that and says essentially that, the legislature can't be interfering with the decisions that a pregnant person makes.
And that's because it's an Arizona constitution. This would be an amendment to the Constitution.
Right. So So a few years ago, people recall in the Dobbs case, the U.S. Supreme Court reversed Roe versus Wade, and what that effectively did is said that now states are going to have more latitude to pass legislation around abortion.
And in the state of Arizona, our Arizona Supreme Court said that an 1864 pre-statehood law was actually the law of the land.
Right. So just to catch people up on where that is now, because I think it's important factual background. So that we're now where we are now as of the effective date of statutes that just came by in the last few days, depending on when you're watching this. The current law in Arizona is a 15-week ban. So after 15 weeks, abortion is banned, except for very narrow life of the pregnant person standard. There's no incest exception, no rape exception in the 15-week ban. Nevertheless, folks who are opposed to this, and there are some, and you'll see, and if you get the Secretary of State's publicity pamphlet, that'll has arguments on both sides of this issue, and the opponents there say that that they see putting this in the Constitution as, in their view, not allowing enough regulation in this area, as creating potential for loosening of other regulations and restrictions on abortion that the legislature here in Arizona has already put in place, and so that's their argument. The argument of the pro side, is obviously, look, this is a issue that ought not be for legislators to decide, and that's what putting it in the Arizona Constitution does.
Well, right, and it seems like the legislators want to be, they're really getting very involved in people's health care, right? Which I don't understand. So, because I think that health care is a decision based on the person and whatever condition they have. You and I were talking before we went on the show that, that I had a health journey last year. I had cancer and I had a wonderful medical team. And no one thought that I needed to talk to my local elected officials when deciding what the best health journey was for me to have the best outcome. I think that abortion is a decision that should be left to the pregnant person and their healthcare providers. This is a healthcare decision. And when you make this amendment to the Constitution, it makes sure that people that are elected aren't messing with really the healthcare decisions that everyday Arizonans should be making with their healthcare providers.
This has been over the years. Our legislature, dating back, many years, has done have passed a number of different regulations. They passed, parental consent, those kinds of laws over the years, and so the folks who are opposed to this, their point of view, which is detailed in their arguments in the publicity pamphlet, is that this is an area in which there are issues that need to be balanced and regulated. But so that's the choice that's in front of voters now.
And the pro decision probably is that this is being regulated. This is up to fetal viability. This is coming down to the person that's pregnant and their healthcare providers. And so those are your choices. So a yes vote means that Healthcare is in pregnant person's hands and along with their medical team, and no vote would mean that the 15-week ban that does the 15-week ban have anything for rape or incest in it?
No, it does not.
So no exceptions.
It has very narrow exceptions.
Very narrow exceptions. That would remain the law in the land.
That's correct.
Right? Yes vote, make your own healthcare decisions. No vote, what we currently have remains the law in the land. Anything I missed?
No.
All right. I want to remind everyone, this is my call to action in every single one of these. This year's ballot is 4 pages long. We encourage you to discuss what's on the ballot, this proposition, and all of the others with your family and friends. We want you to do your research, and we're asking folks to start at the bottom of the ballot and work your way up. To learn more about this ballot measure and the candidates that are running for office, visit yourvoteisyourvoice.com. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
For me personally, it's important to vote because my ancestors fought for the right to do so. It's important to vote because it's a way to stand up for something and stand up for what you believe in. Register and learn more at yourvoteisyourvoice.com.